Runner, businesswoman, and she's making us move one step at a time. Let's talk an epic 1,000 day run streak, entrepreneurship, and good old positive run vibes featuring Olivia Freepong. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Runway Podcast. I am your host, Kim, and I have a special guest with me today. Please welcome run streaker, entrepreneur, Afrobeats dancer, and just a ton of other things. Welcome Liv to the show. Hey Liv.
Thank you. Hey, how are you?
Thanks for having me. How are you?
Hanging in there. Yes.
How's it going up in Albany?
It's going, doing what we can and despite everything, but, chugging along.
I hear that. Yeah. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself. Where are you originally from?
So I am originally from Ghana, West Africa. Woo woo. And currently living in upstate New York. So just living the dream, living the American dream here, but originally from Ghana, West Africa.
So when did you come over to the States?
I was actually born and raised here, and that's the thing. A lot of people think that I was raised back home.
I thought that too.
See? That's good. That means I'm repping Ghana to the fullest, as it should be.
Are.
So yes. So that's awesome.
So you're currently in Albany. Did you grow up in Albany or did you?
No, I grew up down in the city, down in Queens. And I ended up in Albany because I went to SUNY Albany, and then I did my grad. I stayed for grad school here, and then I just got stuck.
Oh, that sounds like me. I went to SUNY Old Westbury, and I just got stuck in Long Island.
Yeah, I don't know.
The same thing. So how far is Albany from the city?
It's about, the way I drove, let me stop. It's about 2.5 hours, give or take, on a good day. Yeah.
Okay. So that's not so bad.
Not bad at all.
So when you were doing your 9+1 for New York Road Runners, you were driving down?
I mean,
race?
The first time I did it was when I was doing the 9+1 in 2014. I would actually get up on, most of the races were on Saturday, thank goodness. I would from work at 9 p.m. on a Friday night, go home, cook food for my husband and the kids, and then leave it there, do laundry, do all of that stuff. And then at 3 a.m., I would go to Greyhound, hop on the Greyhound bus, get to Manhattan by 6, take a train to Central Park, do the race, and then run back to Greyhound to be back in town in Albany by 1 to spend the rest of the weekend with the family. Yeah.
Listen, now that's commitment, because I could never. New York Road Runners would have never seen my behind.
Right. I sit back some days, I'm like, what? I did that? That's crazy, but we had a goal, so had to do it.
I can't. So how many years did you do that?
2 times. I did the 2015 and the 2016 marathon, and then I'm lying, 3 times, because I qualified last year to do the race this year because of the 50th anniversary, but we all know what Corona did. So listen, 3 times.
This is commitment, y'all. This girl, I take my hat off to you, because that is commitment to run those races and just do all of that commuting early. It's black when you leave the house,
Oh yeah. It's me and the deer. I mean, last year wasn't so bad because I was actually able to get a few of the girls from the chapter that I'm the ambassador for BGR Albany. There's 4 girls that wanted to do the marathon. It was going to be their first. And I was like, all right, I'll go along on the journey with you. So we would drive together, carpool down and do the races and come back. So last year wasn't too bad.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So you're the ambassador of BGR Albany, and you actually started that chapter.
So when I started my run journey, I think, I started in 2013 after the birth of my twins. And it was around that time when the marathon was becoming, the big thing for African Americans. And I was like, ooh, what's this about? And then at first I was like, okay, slow your roll. You can't even run to the end of the block. What's going on? Stop, sit down, have several seats.
That was all of us, okay? We all started somewhere, right?
Yeah, yep. And I found out about the New York Road Runners and the 9+1. And so I remember like exactly as if it were yesterday. It was the Joe Kleineman 10K. It was in January 2014.
Freezing.
I had taken freezing, right? Greyhound bus down to the city. And I'm standing there and I'm shivering and I'm like, okay, when is the race gonna start? Like, I came from Albany, it's cold here, but it's colder down here. I don't understand why. And I saw a bunch of beautiful soul sisters just standing there. And I was like, oh, wow, they look cool. Like, you know, just everybody cheering each other on. And so I was standing there and one of the sisters turned to me and she's like, hey, come on over. I'm like, me? She's like, come on over. And it was Ethel Wilson, who's actually the BGR ambassador, one of the BGR ambassadors for New York City. So she called me over and, you know, they introduced themselves and they said, this is BGR. I'm like, what's BGR? And that's how I found out about BGR and the chapter. And so I started, I joined the New York City chapter. I mean, I might as well. I was coming down to the city all the time for races. And so I started there and then I said, hey, we have Black women in Albany, let me start a chapter up here. And so I literally harassed the founders, Ashley and Tony at the time, for years. And then it was JL, Alexander, the current CEO and owner, who helped push things and helped me get started. So we got started in 2016 in February, and we just hit our 4th year anniversary. So it's been amazing.
That's dope. So are you the only ambassador for the chapter?
Yes, I am. Whew,
that's amazing. And how many women do you have in your group?
Right now, in our group, we have over 600 women.
In Albany?
Yeah.
Wow.
Girl, yes.
I didn't know it was that big.
Yes.
Numbers.
Yes. Yep. You would never think, but yeah, we out here.
So has BGR resumed group runs yet, or how is that working?
Not yet. We wanted to, but then we kind of wanted to gauge with, you know, first it was, let's gauge what happens after July 4th. And then the numbers did actually start to spike up in the capital region. So we just put it off for now. So we're just kind of watching.
Because I'm seeing like groups slowly, but like surely getting back together. I haven't done any group runs yet. I've done group bike rides, which is like, you're able to distance a little bit, not like a ton. Yeah, it's nice to see groups like slowly but surely getting back in the groove. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get back to some kind of semblance of normalcy.
Something.
Ooh. I want to say soon, but eventually. So do you have a day job as well?
Yes, I am also a clinical social worker. I work in substance abuse. So very, very difficult population to work with. So I work with people who are battling drug and alcohol addiction.
Wow. Okay. And I always like to ask everyone what type of shoes they're running in. So what's on your feet these days?
Asics. I don't know. For some reason, when I first started running, Asics did it for me, and I've never turned anywhere else. So any Asics, any of the gel Nimbus brands are good for me.
And I've never touched Asics for some reason. I think it was New Balance my first. I can't even remember what my first shoe was because it was the wrong doggone shoe, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, my ankles, everything were just wrong. But I never tried Asics, but you're like the second person that has mentioned those Asics to me, so maybe I'll give them a little go eventually. Yeah. Asics, if you're listening, send your girl a pair of shoes. I'm an 8.5 men.
Right. Oh man.
Okay, so let's get into today's topic. Let's talk an epic 1,000-day run streak, entrepreneurship, and just good old positive run vibes, because I just see you running every single doggone day, and it's just like a ball of positive energy, and it just, you just give up those good vibes and make people feel good. So what started you on this 1,000-day run journey?
So just to rewind, I actually started running back in 2013. It was after the birth of my twins, and the doctor wanted to put me on high blood pressure medication. And being from Ghana, there's a high prevalence of high blood pressure within the Ghanaian community. And so my parents are on blood pressure medication, and I said I wanted to not do that, you know? So I remember the doctor giving me a prescription, and I looked at it, girl, for like a week. I stared at it and I said, I don't want to feel this. I need to figure out how I'm going to do it. And I put the prescription in a frame, which I have hanging downstairs in my gym right now, and it's hanging on the wall. And I started by downloading the Couch to 5K app, and that's what really kicked off my whole journey. So fast forward a couple of years later, you know, the Runner's World magazine, from Thanksgiving to New Year's Day, they always have this run streak. And, you know, I was subscribing to the magazine, and I flipped through it one year. I think it was maybe 2015, right after I did the New York City Marathon for the first time. And I said, oh, this is a nice little challenge to help combat holiday weight gain. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And I was like, yeah, 1 mile every day, 40 days, I got this. Yeah, okay. I failed after day 4. And I was like, man, forget this. And I tried again and again and again and again until 2017. I linked up with one of the BGR ambassadors, Tiana, in Maryland, and she told me that she had interest in doing it. And so we did it. We started it together. And so we said, we're going to make sure, you know, we all post, we all message each other, make sure we got out and did the run. And we did that, and it went well, and we got through New Year's Day. And then on January 2nd of 2018, we're like, okay, so what now? Do we stop? Do we keep going? And she was like, let's keep going. I'm like, okay. I mean, because it's kind of my routine now, you know, 40 days is a long time to stick to something. So it did become part of like my daily regimen. So it just felt natural to continue. So we continued on. We got to day 500 last April.
Crazy.
Yeah, right? I'm like, okay, we're at 500 now, let's stop. She's like, no, let's keep going. I'm like, okay. So we kept going, and then I think around five something, she stopped, and I just kept going, and here we are. Wow. So I started on Thanksgiving Day 2017.
That's crazy. So are you tracking your total mileage for this whole 1,000 journey?
I didn't until last week. One of my friends asked me if I was doing that, and so I'm literally going back and tracking all of that. So I should have those figures tomorrow for the big day.
That'll be interesting. Oh, tomorrow's the big day.
Yes, today's $9.99.
So I caught you right in time.
Yes, you did. Yes,
so
you did.
What kept you motivated to like keep stepping out every single day to reach this goal?
So for me, it was a few things. You know, I have anyone that knows me knows that I have a strong faith in God. And so for me, doing the run was my time to be in communion with God and just to get strength. And that's my prayer time. So that first and foremost was it for me. And then, you know, being a mother of 3 young children, my job, you know, doing all these things that I, you know, do on the side as well. I really needed an outlet for something for me. And with my job being stressful at times, as it can be difficult, I just really needed a thing for me. So for me, it's my personal time. It's if I'm not better, if I'm not good, I'm not going to be good to anyone else. So for me, it was like that's the one thing that keeps me going. So even if it's 11:45 p.m. and I'm sitting there and I haven't gotten to my run yet, something pops in me, you got to go, and I'll jump down and run downstairs on my treadmill. So it's just something that's within me.
So tomorrow is day 1,000. Is that like the end, or are you going to say, what do I do next? I feel that way as well. Like I'm on a like a run journey now, and I'm like, I'm coming to the end of it. Like, what's next? So what are you thinking?
So it's tricky, and that's another question everyone keeps asking me, because again, it was only supposed to be for 40 days, but but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I originally I wanted to stop at 1,000, but I just know myself, and I don't think I will. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. So I love a Black woman entrepreneur. So I want to talk a little bit about your business, AfroKinky. So what made you want to start this business? And tell us a little bit about what it is, what you sell.
AfroKinky started in 2017 when my friend and I decided to do more with empowering and encouraging women to use natural products. And so what we did was we created a partnership with a women's cooperative back home in Ghana. And these women are from sunrise to sunset. They're picking shea nuts from the trees. They're handcrafting all of the products. And so it's just our way of giving back to the community. So we distribute all natural soaps, butters, powders, all good for the hair, skin, and body. So we have African black soap, shea butter, cocoa butter, shea oil, baobab oil, neem oil, neem powder. And our mission really is to focus on a dual vision of empowering the women that are creating these products for us while encouraging the use of all natural products from Africa.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to ask you how you source your products. So your products are coming straight from Ghana.
Straight from the source. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
how
there's
does
no middleman.
that work?
So we have the partnership with the women. They handcraft everything. Everything gets shipped to us here. And then we do the packaging, we do the labeling, and then we have it on our website. We have it on Instagram. We have it on Walmart.com, Amazon. So we have it in several different places.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So what product, you mentioned natural hair. You didn't know what to do with your hair, and I'm a naturalista as well. So what products do you recommend that us naturals use in our hair from your line? Because we're promoting your business here.
Absolutely. So a lot of people don't know, but you could actually wash your hair with black soap. It's see, nobody knew that. See,
I didn't know that.
And a lot of people too, when they go to the stores and they see black soap, they see an all black bar. It's not supposed to look like that. It's not really all natural. You want the all natural product. I should show you. Hold on.
And I meant to bring my AfroKinky downstairs so I can show that I'm a supporter of the brand.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just grab it real quick. So here we have our black soap right here.
And it's brown.
This is how it's supposed, yes. And people say, but it's not black. It's not supposed to be black. So it's made with plantain skin, shea butter, cocoa pod, cocoa butter, coconut oil, and water. So it's all natural, no additives, no preservatives. And that's like one of the top things that we recommend people use for their natural hair. We also have our shea oil, which is like shea butter, but it's in its oil form, which is awesome as well. And then we have baobab oil, which is good for the hair and skin, and then our shea butter. So any of our products will do wonders for your hair and skin.
Now, I bought the neem oil. How do you use the neem oil? Because it smells like peanuts, right? I put it on my son's hair. I said, something's not right here. I think I'm supposed to do something with this. So what am I supposed to do with that neem oil?
So the neem oil is a very, very potent oil, right? So you want to dilute it. So what you could do is you could use it as a pre-poo conditioner. Or as a deep conditioner as well. Yes. It has so many different uses. So you can take a little bit of the neem oil, put it in a bowl, add extra virgin olive oil, and mix it. Sit it in your hair and let it deep condition, and then wash your hair as you normally would. It does wonders for getting rid of dandruff, helping with hair growth, things like that. Yep.
And you know what? I usually do like a pre-poo like that, but I use like olive oil, castor oil, and a peppermint and some other stuff. So I can throw my neem oil in there with it.
Yes, you can.
So I shouldn't have been putting it on my son's hair just straight out of the bottle.
You could have. No, you can, but just like a little bit. Like a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah. No, I put a whole lot, girl. I soaked his hair. I'm like, what is that smell? So I have one of the products here, my shea butter.
Yes.
So I think I'm gonna use this on my son's body because he's rough on the knees, rough on the elbows, stuff like that. So and you can use shea butter in your hair too, right?
Yes, you can. I actually make a whip out of it. So I'll take some of the shea butter, I'll add a little bit of the shea oil, some of the baobab oil, and then if you want any type of fragrance, you could add an essential oil like peppermint or whatever scent you like, and whip it and have like a nice hair cream that you could use on a daily basis.
Yeah. So tell everyone your website so they can go check out these products and stop buying that fake old black soap off the street on 125th. Girl. Yeah, seriously.
So you could visit us at Afrikinky.com. That's AFRIKINKY.com.
Yes, beautiful products from the motherland, all natural. Get yourself some good products, ladies.
Absolutely.
So I also want to talk about your Afrobeats classes and your Zumba instruction. So tell me how you got into being a dance instructor, essentially.
So, I mean, I've always danced ever since I was a baby. I enjoyed dances. I used to be the girl that would steal the spotlight at the grown folks parties and stuff like that. And so it was back in 2013, 2014, after having the twins, and I wanted to, get rid of my high blood pressure. And I did everything naturally, like without any of the medications, and just wanted to do more. I started attending Zumba classes and I fell in love with them. And I became licensed in 2015. And because I go hard with repping the Ghanaian culture, I wanted to fuse in my own kind of jazz to it. And so I started a company called Liv Fit, and I teach Liv Fit Afrobeat classes, which is a fusion of modern day African dance with African rhythms, but definitely something to keep your body moving and burning the calories.
And I know since COVID hit, you had to switch things up. So you're doing your Zoom classes online.
So I used to teach at a few facilities, and now everything's online. I also have a Facebook group called Liv Fit. So I stream from there through Facebook as well sometimes. Yep, but Zoom has been a lifesaver.
So is there a fee to get into your classes, or how does that work?
So originally it was donation based, but this is a business. So, and everybody's been telling me, Liv, you're doing an awesome thing, but this is a business. So looking to $10 per class, and you sign up, you get the link, and then you're welcome to come and join the party. And for every class I have, my husband's a DJ, so he's a live DJ, so you get that real.
I saw that the other day. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Liv got a DJ in her house? What's going on here?
So we have a live DJ, so you have that live live party feel. And that's the thing, like with COVID happening, it's just been wonderful to bring the community together, to keep them moving. And that's been like the thing that's been blessing my heart. A lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people stuck in the house, with depression. And I'm a social worker, and so I was thinking about all those different things that COVID has done to people. And so I really just wanted to keep people moving and keep them engaged. And the internet has been wonderful. Like I've been connecting with people in Dubai and in Mexico that I've been to. In Israel, someone came last week and was like, I'm from Israel, first time I heard about your class. I'm like, really? Little old me? I'm like, what? Yes. Okay. All right, God. So it's been a blessing. And with Liv Fit, it's really a fitness ministry. I really want to bring people together, share the faith, and, help us maintain our bodies, our temples. Yep.
That's awesome. So tell everyone where they can get your classes. I know you mentioned your Facebook group, Liv Fit.
So you can message me there through Liv Fit. You could also hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram name is Run Liv Fit. So RUNLIVFIT. And you can contact me there. You could reach me by email at livfit413@gmail.com as well.
Okay, y'all. She left all her handles, so you can find Liv. Get yourself in order. Get your body in order. Get your hair in order. Get everything in order. She is the girl for you. All right. I want to thank Liv for being on the Runway podcast. It was a pleasure having you on the show, and just want to wish you best of luck and just continue motivating everyone. This 1,000-mile run streak was freaking epic, and maybe you'll encourage others to start run streaks as well.
Yes, that's the goal. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm going to leave all of Liv's details down below and in the show notes, so you'll know where to find her, where to shop her products, where to register for her classes. Support Black-owned people, because if we don't support us, who else will? So again, Liv, thanks for being on the show, and we'll see you online.
All right, love. Thank
you. All right. Later.
Bye.
I want to again thank Olivia for being on the show, or Liv as we will call her. She was such a great guest to have. I'm going to leave all of her details down below in the show notes. They'll be on Instagram, on my website as well, so you can find out where to find her. And I want to thank you guys again for tuning into the Runway Podcast. I really appreciate you. Please be sure to subscribe to the show so you get notified each and every time I upload a new episode, and rate the show on Apple Podcasts. It really helps the show to get noticed by other runners around the country and the world. So thank you again, and I will catch you on the next show. Later. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Be sure to subscribe to The Runway on your favorite podcast app and leave us a review of the show on Apple Podcasts. It would really help me out. If you are a runner that has a story to tell and you would like to be on the show, you can email hello@therunwave.com or send us a DM on Instagram to The Run Wave. See you next time.